Goodwork it's really a professional networking app for tradies. It's a place where we can connect to each other. We've got 30,000 tradies on there now, different trades, different locations. So you can connect and get access to unique tips and information. So whether that's user-generated tips from each other or industry news coming through. And ultimately the goal of all that is to provide a platform where you can level up and continue to develop your longer term career. So yeah, jobs are great and you can win a job, which is good for the short term, but I think building a network and a deep connection is all about the longer term.
Connection and connectivity at the moment is more important than ever. And how have you found the app in terms of its usage and everything during the lockdowns and the COVID period?
Yeah, it's definitely gone up. And there's no doubt that in this environment, there's not as much work around, but there's something you can still do for your career. You can still connect to each other. You can talk to each other because we're not alone. We're all going through this together. And by starting to build those relationships now, I think that's going to help as we start to come out of this environment.
Now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Janie Bunn or any of the Weather Girls, but they operate to a screen. So, Chris, we're going to get you to do your best, Janie, here. It'd be good if you could talk us through the app and just give us a real-time feel of what it's like to get involved with the app and then the sort of functionality.
You're the first person I've ever heard call a Janie Bunn. Seriously, just Jane Bunn, mate.
Okay.
You're very familiar.
Yeah, not really.
Great. So let me take you through it. So we're looking at a profile here. So the first thing you do when you connect to the app is you can put some information about yourself, a photo, a bit of a blurb, some of your skills. You can upload things like licenses and certificates. Importantly, you can start to upload some examples of your work, because I think it's one thing to say, yeah, here's my name. It's another thing to show what you're capable of. Once you upload projects and work, it feeds into the news feed, so you're accessing 30,000 tradies. In terms of finding other people to connect to, you can click and search for members by trade or by location, and you can also look for jobs on the platform, which is what we're looking at here. So, yeah, as we said, a place to build a digital CV and then to use that to connect and to better advance your career.
Yeah, pretty important as well for them to be updated and quite current with their profiles.
And that's the opportunity, because we're on new jobs all the time. There's no reason you can't be adding, today's project, tomorrow's project, and sharing that to stay top of mind, but to also build that deeper connection. So once you've connected, there's a bit of surface information, but as you start seeing each other's work, I think that builds credibility.
Now, you've been involved in the startup community pretty much as long as tech's been around. Why has Goodwork been such a motivating factor for you to get involved, not just in the development of this technology, but also more broadly in the trade industry?
Look, I see the power of a network, and that's what's helped my career. I didn't really come from a conventional path, and so the jobs I've got along the way have all been through someone I know who's introduced me to someone they know. So I see the power of a network. That's what we're trying to build here. And you always need that network, whether it's an introduction to a job. You don't start off with a network when you're an apprentice or you're starting out. You're trying to find that connection. As you level up to different stages of your career, if you go out on your own or if you're trying to hire people, again, you need more network than you have access to. And then just by having contacts in your phone, that's okay, great. Even if you do have a network, you can find them in your phone, but it's not a lot of information. Whereas if you're on somewhere like Goodwork, then you can see them on your phone, but you can see examples of their work, you can see their current certificates, and I think it's a deeper relationship. So it's worked for me. I want to help the tradies build their networks.